गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Very happy to be with all of you this morning. We're going to be discussing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's going to be Madhya Leela, shloka number 182 onwards. What did we see in the last section? Last time we met, we saw what is that deep connection between Radha and Krishna. She is the dearmost friend of Krishna who loves to serve Krishna. The relationship is like that. And she performs all varieties of service to Krishna, and in order to give Krishna supreme pleasure, she expands into various gopis. And we saw about the types of bath that Radharani takes: 3 times bath, morning bath, afternoon bath, evening bath. We also saw very wonderfully about how Srimati Radharani is having the dresses, what's her garments, what are her ornaments. All these things are very beautifully explained before. So now what are we going to do? Now what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead. The last sloka which was described was, one may ask, after hearing these wonderful qualities, what are you made of? So that was very clear. Krishna Vishuddha Premera Ratner Akar Anupama Guna Guna Purna Kalevara. Her complete body is filled with Krishnera Vishuddha Prema. She is an embodiment of pure love for Krishna. And Anupama Guna Gana Purna Kalevar. Her body is full of unparalleled spiritual qualities. So that was the last thing. Yes. Now one may ask different questions related to Krishna. Yes. There can be different questions related to Krishna, but the answer is only one. That's the beauty of the next sloka. Yes, one may want to know Krishna. If we want to become lovers of Krishna, we should hear more about Krishna. We need to know about Krishna. So one may ask different questions about Krishna, but the answer is, what is the answer and what is the questions? We're going to find out. Perfect questions and perfect answers coming up in shloka number 182, our starting point for today. Requesting devotees, those of you who are present here, please do appear on videos, which will encourage everybody, and most importantly will encourage me to serve all of you better. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, so Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 8 verse number 182. Here it goes. Ka Krishnasya pranayajani bhu Shrimati Radhikaika Kasya preyasya anupama guna Radhikaika nachanya Jayam keshe drishitaralata nishtoratvam kuchesya Vancha puratyai prabhavati Hare Radhikaika nachanya. So if you look at this sloka, 1, 2, same here also. Asya is she, Radhika. Radhika Aikya. Radhika Aikya. Radhika Aikya. What's the meaning of Aikya? Aikya. One. So Radharani is the only one. That is the answer. Answer to everything is Radharani is the only one. Sometimes it is said that if you don't know answer to any question, any problem that is posed, sometimes people come to you, you become a little bit senior and more experienced, people come to you with problems, right? Prabhu, this is happening in my life. Prabhu, my mind is troubling me. Prabhu, the situations have gone out of control. Prabhu this, Prabhu that. What is the standard answer to give? If you don't know the answer, what answer to give? Just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That's all. If you don't know any answer, just say chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That is the correct answer. Hari Bol. Come on, tell the question. What question do you have? Prabhu, I'm not able to focus on my studies. A student asks, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Prabhu, these days I'm not able to, function properly at my workplace. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Prabhuji, there are so many mind problems which are troubling me. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Similarly, any question that's pertaining to Krishna, Radhikaik, it's only Radharani. That is the answer. Okay, let's first, Prabhu, what is the question? Before even question comes, answer is there. I remember in our college, we had a college hospital. So some of you are smiling because I think you all have experience. There's a college hospital in the college. So any student falls sick, you go to the hospital, right? So that hospital had one doctor. And students used to be, first year students used to go, second year onwards nobody goes to hospital. Not that you don't fall sick, the reason is you will find out. So when you go to the hospital, when you enter, okay, come in, the doctor will start writing something in his notepad. Tell me what is happening. He'll start writing. And by the time you just finish your problem, he'll just give you, go take this medicine and be happy. So his medicine is fixed. No matter whatever problem you tell, the medicine is fixed. Right? Similarly, that's why nobody goes there. Ka Krishnasya pranaya jani. If somebody asks, what is the origin of Krishna's love? What is the origin of love of Krishna? Who is the original Krishna Premi? Krishna Prem, from where it started? The original product. That's the product we are all aspiring for. Why are we chanting Hare Krishna? For that product of Krishna Prem. Why are we listening to Srimad Bhagavatam? Krishna Prem. Why do we worship deities? Why are we getting up in the morning? Why we are following the 4 regulative principles? Why are we accepting a spiritual master and following instructions? For this commodity. What is that? Krishna Prema. So what is the origin of that Krishna Prema? The origin is Radhikaika Srimati Radharani. Yes. And Kasya Preyasi Anupama Guna Radhikaika Nachanya. Yes. Next thing. It is said, somebody who is having very beautiful curly locks of hair, eyes moving true and firm in her chest, all these aspects, an embodiment of all beauties and the dearmost friend of Krishna with so many qualities, only Radhika. Radhikaika na chanya, na cha anya, not others, Srimati Radharani. Okay. Who can fulfill the desires of Krishna? Krishna's desires are so many. So who is that? Radhikaika, it's only Srimati Radharani and no one else who can fulfill the desires of Krishna. So dearmost friend, Radharani. Origin of love, Radharani. The most beautiful personality, Radharani. Fulfiller of all desires of Krishna, Radharani, Radharani, Radharani. So this is the most amazing shloka that is composed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in his book of Govinda Lilamrit. So this is question and answers. He is put in the form of question and answers. Like, for example, on Hare Krishna TV, I do this show, Seedhi Baat Prabhuji ke Saath, question answers, to give philosophy in question answers. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is also put, he only is asking question, and my show is not like that. Sometimes we don't even know topic. We meet, okay, what is the topic? Okay, fine. The host is also good, and I tell Prabhu, you will handle, na? And he says, Prabhu, you will handle, don't worry. In either case, somebody will handle. Yes. So that way we handle each other and we do it. The question is not planned. But here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami himself is asking questions. Okay, these are the questions you're supposed to ask, and I'll give the answer is Radharani. Answer is same. So that is a verse of Govinda Lilamrit that is composed here. So the next one determines the position of Radharani as the supreme most women. In this world there are titles, Miss India, Miss Canada, Miss World, Miss Universe. People have not even seen the universe, but they want to give title Miss Universe. So there are many, many Miss Universes, the true Miss Universes. What are their aspirations? Who is their role model? That's answered in the next question. यार सौभाग्य गुण वांचे सत्य भामा यार ताही कला विलास शिके व्रज रामा यार सौंदर्य आदि गुण वांचे लक्ष्मी पार्वती यार प्रतिवर्ता धर्म वांचे अरुंधति. So we know some names. Satyabhama name is there. Yes. Lakshmi, Parvati, Arundhati. Anyone knows who is Arundhati? Anyone? Arundhati is the wife of Vashishta. Vashishta, the guru of Ramachandra. Tomorrow is Ram Navami. So what is there mentioned here? Yara Saubhagya Gana Vanche Satyabhama. So Vanche means to desire. So Vanche Satyabhama. What does Satyabhama desire? Satyabhama is not just asking for Parijata tree. She is asking for Saubhagya Guna. She is asking for that fortunate position of Radharani and her excellent qualities. That is the desire that Satyabhama Devi is having. That jealous queen of Krishna. Okay, then Vraja Rama. So what is Vraja Rama? Vraja Rama are the gopis of Vrindavan. So Yara Thai Kala Vilasa Shikhe Vraja Rama. So for all the gopis, they have joined coaching classes. Yes, all gopis are taking coaching classes. From where? They're taking coaching classes from Radharani. Radharani's art of dressing coaching classes. How many of you have good, in the sense, you have idea about something called dressing sense? Dressing sense? You have idea what is dressing sense? I'm not asking if you have dressing sense. But I actually don't have any dressing sense. That's why this is the best cloth for me. I don't have to choose. I just ensure one thing, that kurta and dhoti color is same. That's all. Because not all saffron grades are different. So this is very safe for me. Hairstyle, dressing sense, all these things I never knew. So this is best for me. I'm very happy like this. Right? So art of dressing, these coaching classes, who they go? Okay, they go to Radharani. So that they can also dress nicely and please Krishna. Yes, Krishna will be very happy. And who else? Lakshmi Parvati Vanchi. What are Lakshmi and Parvati aspiring for? Yara Saundaryadi Guna. Oh, they are aspiring for that beauty of Srimati Radharani. And again, the qualities. Beauty and qualities. Beautiful qualities. Or you can say beauty and qualities. Both these things. They are aspiring by Lakshmi and Parvati. So Lakshmi Devi, it is said, is not as beautiful as Narayan. Because the devotees of Vaikuntha want Narayan to look more beautiful than Lakshmi. On the other hand, in Raj, Radharani is more beautiful than Krishna. Why? Because the Rajavasis want Radharani to look more beautiful than Krishna. And among Krishna and Narayan, who is beautiful? Obviously Krishna is beautiful. That's why Narayan wanted to take darshan of Krishna. He kidnaps the 9 children of the Brahmanas so that Arjuna and Krishna do come to Vaikuntha Lok. And there you can have the darshan of Krishna. Right? Like that. So Lakshmi, Narayan, Krishna and Radharani. This is the order of beauty. So Lakshmi and Parvati, they are aspiring for her beauty. Let us be as beautiful as her. Okay. Then, what is Arundhati, Vashishta's wife? Yara Pativrata Dharma Vanche. Yes, Arundhati. So Arundhati is a very chaste wife. The more a wife is chaste, she becomes powerful. And the more a man performs brahmacharya vrat, he becomes powerful. These are the two ways in which in this world men and women can become powerful. So Vashishta's wife is known for her chastity towards Vashishta, and she is aspiring for pativrata. She is aspiring for chastity from Srimati Radharani. The way Srimati Radharani is chaste towards Krishna, like that, let me develop chastity for my husband. So that is, these are all the ones. So Radharani is the, what you can say nowadays, the real Miss Universe, we can say. Yes, because all the ladies of the universe, they are all, every part of universe, They are all aspiring for Radharani's qualities. Okay. One may say, Prabhu, can you please tell, because these are all qualities, beauties, these people are all aspiring for. So we wanted to know that how many qualities of Radharani are there? We really want to know that. How many of you are interested to know? Qualities, how many are there? Really? Okay, let's find out what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad is telling. यार सद गुण गणने कृष्ण ना पाए पार तार गुण गणी बे के मने जीव छार. Those of you who knew Bengali would have understood till now, but what is the meaning of Krishna? What is the meaning of Krishna? Krishna's one of the qualities is kartum, akartum, sarvata akartum. He can do what you and I can do. He can do what you and I cannot do. He can do even what you and I cannot think. Kartum, akartum, sarvata akartum. Which means he can do anything. Hey, Krishna can do anything. But there is one thing that Krishna cannot do. Yara sadguna ganane Krishna na paye par. Yes, Krishna is unable to count the unlimited qualities of Radharani. Hare Krishna, impossible. He is not able to count. Those many qualities of Radharani are there. Tara guna ganibe kemana jiva char. Then how can Pamar Jiva, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling, how can you and me count? We are all insignificant jivas. If Krishna can't do it, what can we do? Right? What can we do? So after this is done, this many qualities of Radha Tattva is beautifully mentioned. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raises his hand. Because this is a conversation that's going on between Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. So raising his hand, he asks question. Now it is Radharani herself asking question. Well, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. He is hearing about his own tattva. And right now, Radharani's tattva is explained in connection with Krishna. And now he's asking question. Let's see what question Mahaprabhu is going to ask. प्रभु कहे जानी लो कृष्ण राधा प्रेम तत्व सुनीते चाहिए दुहार विलास महत्व. So what is Mahaprabhu saying? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, now I have come to understand. I have come to understand Jani lo Krishna Radha Prema Tattva. So that was the topic of our discussion, right? I have come to know about the loving affairs of Radhas in connection with Krishna and Krishna in connection with Radharani. But still, Shunite chahiye Duhara Vilasa Mahatva. I want to know, Vilas is Vilas Mahatva. Vilas means the pastimes. They are called as Vilas. And Mahatva means how these people relish each other's company. How they are, enjoying each other's pastimes. I want to know more about that. Because the famous shloka is Radha Krishna Eka Atma Dui Dehadhari. That's the whole crux of this philosophy. Radha and Krishna Eka Atma, they are one. But Dui Dehadhari. They have taken two forms. Why? Anyona Vilase Rasa Aswadana Kori. So that Vilasa Ras, they perform pastimes and they experience transcendental rasa with each other. That how they do, I want to know. So the first part of the line, Radha Krishna Ekatma Dui Dehadari, that's clear. But Anyonya Vilase, they perform pastime with each other, Rasa Aswadana Kuri. And this they taste the transcendental mellows. This thing I want to know more. I want to understand more about this. Okay. So now Ramananda Rai, first he is going to talk about what does Krishna do. Or rather, what is the business of Krishna? Although the Shastras very clearly says, Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate, Natas samascha adivikas cha vidyate, Parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate, Swabhavaki jnana balakriya cha. What are the Shastras telling? Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. Krishna does not have any business. Yes, he actually does not have any business. Even when we hear the Gocharan Leela, oh, Krishna has business, right? He's a Vaishya, he's supposed to go and take care of the cows. Actually, the main reason why Krishna takes the cows to the forest, cows will graze. Cows do their grazing. It's not that Krishna is feeding them. He goes to the forest to play. There's only game. But still, this particular shloka tells Krishna has a very important business. And in fact, that is the only business Krishna has. Let's see what's that business. राय कहे कृष्ण हय धीर ललित निरंतर काम क्रीड़ा यहर चरित. Okay. So Ramanand Rai again is responding to the question of Mahaprabhu. Krishna haya dhira lalita. Krishna is called as Dhira Lalita. This is one of the gunas of Krishna. This is one of the names of Krishna, Dhira Lalitam. I will explain. We'll tell what is the meaning of Dhira Lalita. But this Krishna is called as Dhira Lalita. Nirantara Kama Krida Yahara Charitra. And his only business is enjoying sense gratification. Wow. Amazing, right? Krishna is telling all of us in this material world, no sense gratification, and this fellow is always enjoying sense gratification, and that is his only business. And we guys here, we have said no to everything, and we are struggling and suffering. He is happy there. So this is one of the very questions that many people ask us. Why? Why? Krishna is enjoying nicely. What about all of us? See, it is not that Krishna has left us. We have left him and we have come here. So now we have to pay the price. Yes, the nature of sense gratification of Krishna is not. In fact, Prabhupada translates Kama Krida as pastimes of. Kama means sexual enjoyment. Yes, Kama Krida, sexual activities. But it is not like the perverted activities of this world. No, it is not like that. Here there is a lot of perversion. Because it is said in the Bhagavad Gita 15 chapter 1st verse, Krishna says, Urdhva Mula Dashaka Ashwatta Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Paranani Sattvam Vedasa Vedavit. This material existence is a perverted reflection of spiritual world. So what is the most abominable thing? Is somebody indulging in extramarital affairs, adultery. Yes. On the other hand, what is the most abominable in this world is actually the topmost in spiritual world. And Prabhupada writes about this as Adi Rasa in the Bhagavatam commentaries. Yes. So that is Parakiya Bhav. That's what is his business. In fact, all other rasas, they exist only to serve this Parakiya Bhav. So it is very important. Who is Dhira Lalita will be explained in the next sloka. That's why I'm not explaining right now. But we should never ever think Krishna's sense gratification is ours and like ours. So many times people come and ask, like recently there was a couple who came to temple and they addressed me Panditji. They didn't know the way to ask is, we have some shikha, then people call you Panditji. So this Panditji, I went there, yes, Hare Krishna, how can I serve you? आप प्रे कीजिए हमारे लिए, आशीर्वाद दीजिए. मतलब क्या आशीर्वाद चाहिए? जिस तरह के राधा कृष्ण की जोड़ी है वैसे हमारी जोड़ी भी बने रहे. I didn't want to tell, they got separated. That would have caused them devastation. But point is, people have this understanding. They came and asked like this question. I was like, my God. I said okay, but in heart I offered prayer. That these two become servants of Radha and Krishna. And let them become couples, and let this couple have a divine couple in between them. That will fulfill the relationship. Right? What is the aspiration of living entities in this world? So funny. After reading all these things, this is Krishna's enjoyment is like gold. Gold is standard. On the other hand, sense gratification of this world is like iron that rusts. Lust is that rust. Yeah, rust. Iron rusts off. That same thing was even spoken by Mother Sita to Ravana. We need to have some Rama and punches in between, right? Ram Navami Aryakal. Tomorrow is Ram Navami. We want to punch a little bit. So Ravana would every day have his morning program. Just like devotees get up and have their Mangalarti morning program chanting. Ravana's morning program, he would go to Ashok Vatika every day, dressed up in a very good attire, thinking that today I'll definitely succeed in impressing Sita and somehow convincing her to enjoy me. That was his morning program. So he would go there and he would tell Sita that you accept my enjoyment. He would tell 100 different ways how he is better than Ram, and he'll convince her to do it. One day when Ravana wanted to approach, he wouldn't touch Sita. Why? Because he's cursed by Ramba and Nalakuver, that he cannot forcefully enjoy any moment. But the moment he tried to come closer, Sita Devi takes a grass and just puts in between. She just puts it there. That Ravana, you are like an animal. Just eat this grass and keep quiet. Or Ravana, this grass is enough to come between you and me. Or she says the grass, Ravana, you're as insignificant as that grass. So like that she wanted to communicate different things. And then she starts glorifying. She says, Lord Ram, you're comparing with Ram? Lord Ram is an ocean. You're like a puddle of water, muddy water. That's what you are. Lord Ram is like Garuda. You are like a crow. Lord Ram is gold. You are like iron. Lord Ram is like lion and you are like jackal. So like this different comparisons she makes, which is actually the comparison between love and lust. Right? Love and lust. So that's what she explains to Ravana. And then that fellow, he gives an ultimatum. By tomorrow morning, if you're not ready to enjoy me, I will cook you up for breakfast and eat you. And then he goes away. So this was his regular morning program. And Sita Devi would be very pained at heart. So yes, Krishna is not impersonal. Prabhupada writes here. He has all the desires manifested in the perverted reflection within this material world. Yes. This is very important for us to understand. What all desires we have, it is from where it is coming. It is coming from Krishna. But our desires are perverted because of our conditional material existence. So we have desire to eat. Yes, Krishna also has desire to eat. We have desire to make friends. Krishna also has a desire to make friends. And because he has all those desires, we are having those desires. Yes. So Kama Krida, in this world, Jiva also has a desire for Kama Krida. So this, where it is coming from, it is coming from Krishna. And actually the Jiva comes to this material world to imitate this Kama Krida, which is truly to be meant for Krishna. Why only Krishna has his gopis? Why I don't have? Acha, you want to try? Go ahead. That's how a Jiva comes to this material existence, to imitate Krishna. Okay, now who is Dhira Lalita? So this Dhira Lalita is, this word actually comes from Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. And Rupa Goswami coined this word, Dhira Lalita. Let's see what he says. Vidagdo namatarunya parihasa visharadaha nischinto dhira lalita syat prayah preyasi vashaha. So what is being spoken here? Vidagda. Now there's a book called Vidagda Madhav. Madhav is the husband of goddess of fortune, and Vidagda means one is very clever and intelligent, very smart. You see, somebody is very smart. So there is Vidagda Navatarunya. Oh, he has that ever fresh, youthful. So he's like a fresh youth. He was just now become youth. As soon as a boy or a girl enter into their youth life, they enter into the youthful phase, that's when the beauty becomes manifest. Navatarunya, and that beauty remains like that. They don't, dry up like the raisins of this world. Parihasa Visharadaha. He is Visharad means he is expert. At what? Parihasa, in making jokes. Yes, in laughter. Yes. Nischintaha. He absolutely does not have any kind of tension. Now some of you are hearing this Bhagavatam class. I can see some of you driving. I can see some of you having your breakfast. So there's a tension. You have to go to the work. You have to go to your jobs. Yes. Okay. On the other hand, those of you in India, you are a little less tense. You have just come back from work. Those who have retired, you may have other tensions. But tension, some kind of tension is there in this world. Right? But Krishna is a person who is nischinta. He enjoys without any tension. Because this material world is called as Kunta, which gives a lot of tension. That is Vaikuntha. There is absolutely no tension. Nischinto dhira lalitaha syat prayah preyasi vasha. The meaning why he is called as dhira lalita is syat prayah preyasi vasha. Prayah means almost, and preyasi vasha means who keeps his girlfriends totally subjugated. Is called dhira lalita. When my Shiksha Guru introduced this word to me, he mentioned that the meaning of dhira lalita means Krishna never gets disturbed, agitated, or any kind of diminution in his intelligence when he is in the company of the wonderful ladies of Vraja. In this world, it's an exact opposite experience. As soon as a man comes in contact with a woman with a desire to enjoy, the intelligence is covered. Avritam jnanam etena jnanino nitya vairinam. His intelligence, lust covers his intelligence. That fellow is not able to think anything. His buddhi is gone. Yes, he takes all wrong decisions out of lust. On the other hand, that case is not with Krishna. He is Dhira Lalita. That is the meaning of Dhira Lalita. Correct. This comes in the Dakshina Vibhag, the first Lahari, 230 of this thing. So now, Krishna is that ever fresh youth. Tarunya, Nava Tarunya. Okay. In that Nava Tarunya, what exactly does he do? Kaishor Leela. That is mentioned in the next verse. रात्रि दिन कुंजे क्रीडा करे राधा संगे कैशोर वयस सफल कैला क्रीडा रंगे. In the Kaishora Leela, the Kaishora Leela is the Leela of Krishna from the time he turns 11 to 10 is complete, 11 starts. That's why we have two ages, right? People talk ages in two different terms. Some of them you ask, how old are you? You will say, I'm 40. So 40 complete or 40 running? So some people may say what is complete. Some people say what is running. Right? So whenever Shastras actually they ask the age, the right way of telling is what is running. The running age is the right way to say, not what you have completed. Yes. So 11 to 15 is Krishna's Kaishor Leela. Before that, first 0th to 5th is his Kumar Leela, 6th to 10th is Pauganda Leela, and 11th to 15th is Kaishora Leela. Now those of you who are elder in age, you usually try to tell less, number less. How old are you? Oh, we are only in our 30s. Which 30s? Oh, 39 and a half. So people want to, half, quarter. Nobody wants to share. But that's the right etiquette. Ratri dina kunje krida kare Radha sange. So day and night, kunje krida. There is a pastime that happens in the bushes of Vrindavan. That's why the bushes of Vrindavan are very fortunate. You see, na, Tulsi Aarti, where do we play? What do we pray? Muraiya bhilash, vilas kunje diyovas. I want to stay in those kunjas or the bushes or the grooves of Vrindavan. That I want to stay. Who wants to stay there? Normally, if you're asking for PR, permanent residence, you may want some nice bungalow estate, something like that, right? That's what is the desire we should have. Okay, big estate, comfortable, preferably Yamuna facing, so that every day we come out, we can have herbal tea on the banks of Yamuna and read the newspaper, whatever. But the aspiration here is in the kunjas, in the grooves, because the pastimes they happen, the service is needed there. Pastimes Radha and Krishna do. Seva is done by all the gopis and manjaris. They do the sevas. Gopi and manjaris, they do. There are certain gopas called Narma Gopas. These Narma Gopas have that entrance into Madhur Leela. Some of them like Madhumangal, Ujjwal, Subal, Sridhama. Few of these Gopas, they have that access card to enter into Madhur Leela also. Although they are in Sakhya Ras, but they can, for service sake, they enter into Madhurya Ras. They don't associate with Krishna in Madhurya, but they serve Krishna in the Madhurya. So Ratri Dina Kunje Krida Kare Radha Sange. Yes, day and night, this is what is his business. Yes, with Radharani. He does Kunje Krida, youthful pastimes. Kaishora Vayasa Safala Kaila Krida Range. And thus, his youth, pre-youthful, Kaishora is not yet youth. Because youth normally one says after one attains that adolescence. Yes, mid-teens and post-teens. Right? So still Kaishora Vayasa Safala Kaila Krida Range. By such kind of playful pastimes, he does. Now the playful pastimes are very exotic. Whatever is possible for me to describe basis I'm a conditioned soul. I'm admitting. So I'm not even fit to discuss, but this is just a journey we are going through. Prabhupada has written all these books. He wanted us to read and discuss. So I'm just doing as a service. At least once a week we should discuss CC. So we are doing that. So one day we will realize all this by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas. This is the pastime which is there. Krishna's playful pastime is described. Vacha Shuchita Saravari Ratri Kala Pragal Bhaya Radhikam Vrida Kunjita Lochana Birachayan Nagre Sakhi Namasamu Tadvakshoruha Chitra Keli Makari Panditya Param Gata Kaishoram Sapali Karoti Kalayan Kunje Viharam Hari. Hare Krishna. So, what does this is a shloka which comes again in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. When Rupa Goswami Pada is mentioning about the different kind of bhavas, he starts the different bhavas. Vacha suchita sarvari ratikala pragalbaya radhikam. So, what are the different activities? Ratikala means, yes, amorous pastimes. Rati and Kama are husband and wife, right? So, Ratikala, the portion of that Kama, Sarvari in the night, Vacha Shuchita is revealing. Pragalbaya. So he is kind of impudently revealed. Pragalb. He has that boldly is revealing. His pastimes of previous night, what did he do with Radharani? What is that? Vida kunchita lochanam virachayan agre sakhina masau. So he made Radharani close her eyes out of shyness. Tadvakshoru hachitra keli makari panditya param gataha. So what did he do? He is a person. Krishna painted dolphins, makari, on Radharani's chest. And like this, Kaishora Safali Karoti Kalayan Kunje Viharam Hari. He made his youth successful as he was enjoying like this pastimes. This head will only spin after hearing all these things. Because one may ask, what happens in the bushes of Vrindavan? What Radharani, what they do in the bush? Yeah. What? He painted something on her chest. He painted dolphins on her chest. And Radharani became very shy. So now what does Mahaprabhu interrupts? He is raising his hand again. Let's see what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling. Question. Prabhu kahe eho hai ya aage kah aar, raya kahe iha vaye buddhi gati nahi aar. So here Mahaprabhu says, that's all right. Please continue. Is there anything more than this? And what does Ramanandra say? Iha va I buddhi gati nahi aar. My buddhi is not going there. Anything behind this. I don't have anything written beyond this. I don't know anything beyond this. The amorous pastimes of Radha and Krishna. But still, is there something really there? Let's find out. Yeba prema vilasa vivarta eka haya, taha shuni tomara sukha hai ki na haya. So then Ramanandra is empowered with that intelligence. Matta smritir jnanam apohanancha. Yeba, it is whatever. There is one Prema Vilasa Vivarta. He has written a book actually, Ekahaya. So Prema Vilasa Vivarta. This book is written by Srila Ramananda Rai. He wrote this book. So that is something which is there. That is subject matter which is there. Taha shuni tumhara sukha hai ki na hai. I don't know whether you will be happy or sorrowful after hearing that, but definitely there is something. You want to know more than this? There is something. So Bhaktivedanta Thakur writes in the commentary that you have told about the Radha Krishna tattva very clearly and you're given the goal of life. Yes, you've explained very nicely about the goal of life. To serve Krishna in the mood of the gopis. Fine, that's the goal that's possible for us. While we understand the glories of Srimati Radharani. Because without Radharani's mercy, there is no Madhurya Bhav, Madhurya Bhakti. So you can tell me more. And Ramananda Rai says, I don't know anything more, but I have written a book. And the topic of the book is Prema Vilasa Vivarta. And that will bring you happiness or not, I don't know. So let us see. It is going to give Mahaprabhu happiness or not. Let's find out. Ita boli apana krita gita eka gahila. Me Prabhu swahaste tara mukh acha dila. My God. Etta Boli, just speaking like this, okay, Prema Vivarta Vilas is this book, the Geet, the song that I have written, Eka Gahila, and I am going to start singing. So he started singing. He started singing that immediately, Preme, in that love, out of love, it was not out of any anger, out of great love, Mahaprabhu, Swahaste Tara Mukha Achadila. He covered the mouth of Ramananda Rai. Stop. Don't sing. Don't sing. That's what he did. Don't go further. Who cannot and not understand? We need to understand. So Prabhupada says a materialistic poet who's good with Sanskrit or Bengali and having very nice knowledge of Vyakaran, grammar, who can play with the words, who are very intelligent with literary ornaments, or who have material perception of life, such people can never understand this. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never wanted these kind of poetry to be read by such materialistic people, because one can automatically understand these subject matters if one reaches the stage of Vishuddha Sattva. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Sabditam. So once you get that realization of Vasudeva Sattva, we definitely will be able to realize all these things, not by mundane intelligence. How do we do that? How do we reach the Vasudeva Sattva stage? The secret is given in the Shastra. This is our Rupa Goswami writing from the truth about Narada Pancharatrika. He says, Sarvopadi Vinurmuktam Tatparatvila Nirvalam. When we do our bhajan, we should be free from all material designations. Of course, when we do seva, bhajan, whatever we do, we should always be in the conception that I am servant of the servant. Initially, Jivera Swarupoi Krishna Nityadas, I am Krishna's eternal servant. And then I am servant of servant. I am serving Krishna through my spiritual master, through Srila Prabhupada. That identity, with that identity when we do bhajan, then Vatat Paratvena Nirmalam. Then we will get purified, and with that purified consciousness, we will realize all these things. It is not possible simply by just, study. So what is Vivarta? One may ask, what is this Vivarta? So Vivarta means when one is general meaning of Vivarta is when one is unable to fulfill one's desires. There is some kind of sorrow, confusion. Somebody did not get a particular dream job. Yes, he couldn't fulfill the desire. Vivarta. So that is called as Vivarta. So in these activities of Radharani and Krishna, sometimes Krishna purposely does not fulfill the desires of Radharani, or Krishna doesn't fulfill his own desires, so that he experiences this kind of sorrowness. There is great bliss. So about Vivarta, many have written. There is a Bhakta Das Baula. Baula means one who is mad with Krishna is called Baula. So he has written Vivarta Vilas, the pastimes where Radha and Krishna could not meet and what was their feelings on the heart, because that is the highest ecstasy revealed. Jagadanand Pandit has written Prema Vivarta, which means these people, in the prema, in the love, there was a love kind of failure. They couldn't meet. Same things, theme is same. And Prema Vilasa Vivarta. So something, all are similar. The loving pastimes. So that is Ramanand Rai's book. So a person, just like you cannot accommodate an elephant on a dish. A big elephant cannot occupy in a small. We have prasadam in small dishes, right? Can you fit an elephant on that? No. So similarly with our dry logic, the brain of a logician, it's like frog trying to measure the Atlantic Ocean, Dr. Frog's theory. So materialistic philosophers, Sahajiyas, they can never ever understand this. And that's why when Ramanand Rai tried to speak, Mahaprabhu covered his mouth. So we'll pause here because the time is up. And we'd like to thank all the glorious Vaishnavas who came today and gave me this opportunity for service, and hope to see you all soon. Tomorrow I'm traveling, so I may not be able to come, but there are speakers who are scheduled for the wonderful classes, so we request devotees to kindly attend. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki jai.